Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first Horror Night speculation stream. Today, we're going to, of course, speculate the two maps that are released by Horror Nights Nightmares back in the 30th of March. I know I'm extremely late for that one, and most people are speculated already, but I want to do my I wanted to do this one as a live stream so we can chat and speculate together. Okay, so without the way, let's check out the first. We're gonna check out the Orlando speculation map first before we go to Hollywood because, well, I live in. No wait, we're gonna check Orlando's first because I live in Florida. I'm not gonna tell you specifically in Florida. Let's start. So this map is simple. 10 symbols will be the houses. In previous ones before the Christmas one, there was like film reels to let you know which ones are movie-based properties. But just like the last one, there are no film reels, so these symbols can mean anything. Mm, But I already spectated what these symbols can mean. So we're going to do 5 originals and then 5 IPs because just like in Horror Nights in some years, I like to balance both of them out. Sometimes they do 6 IPs of 4 originals, and sometimes, like last year, they did 6 originals and 4 IPs. So maybe they'll balance them out this year, especially with the completion of Epic Universe, which is set to open in a few weeks. So let's start speculating. We're gonna start with Soundstage 23A, where Monstros, the Monsters of Latin America, was last year. And this one is seemingly a ship sail with an ocean. I think this one could be an original because I didn't think of what other IP that's related to that. Maybe that um Dracula movie produced by DreamWorks and Blumhouse, or they're on a ship or something, but I don't think it's that. Here's my idea: skeleton pirates. I wanted Horror Nights' take on the skeleton pirates haunted house. Could you imagine being on a ship while skeleton pirates jump off, jump in any place around that ship with a ghostly, hardy jump scare? That would be amazing. That I would be extremely happy if this original comes through fruition. So yes, skeleton pirates. That is what I think will come into South Stage 23A. Now we're gonna go to South Stage 22, where A Quiet Place was last year, and this one is just a thumbs up. When I saw this, I immediately thought of the most wonderful character in all of gaming, Vault Boy. The, this wonderful, cheerful man from the Fallout series. I will be I am pretty much a big fan of Fallout. I've been recently playing Fallout 4 on my Xbox, and so far it's been pretty good for me. I also love the concept of an apocalyptic retro a game set within an apocalyptic future from a retro futuristic utopia. But wouldn't this be from the games or the show or an entire original story entirely? We won't know if we could get it an official announcement. If we could, we will see what happens. But I would love Fallout to be in Halloween Horror Nights this year, es- especially alongside another IP that we will speculate next. So moving right along to South Stage 23B, where Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was last year. Oh, Ghostbusters. Yeah, I think it's Ghostbusters. And this one is a film reel with blood coming out of it. I'm hoping that'll be Scream. It's been like literally 10 years since Ghostface was this close to come to Halloween Horror Nights. He was this close to coming to the 25th year event before he was scrapped, before that IP was scrapped. So if if Ghostface comes in 10 years later this year, Scream could possibly be one of the biggest IPs for this year's event. Fans have been wanting this franchise to come in for years ever since that leaked commercial where Ghostface was meant to come to the event of that year. Would it be based? Which movie would be based? Maybe an amalgamation of all the movies, especially since a new movie will be coming out, I think, next year, I guess. We wouldn't know. Mm. So, Fallout and Scream. There's another IP that I think would be a big one, which I will extremely want. We're gonna go to that later when I tell you. The next one is Sausage 24B, where in Insidious the Further was last year. This one could be an original. This one has like a city with angel wings and a demon skull with the Grim Reaper scythe. This could really this could be an original focusing on the Grim Reaper, or this could be an icon house. I don't have a specific answer to that because this could be anything, but it could be an icon house. It might be a little far-fetched, but I'm hoping it will be like a tribute to Terror Haunted House because ever if it's for those who don't know, Tribute to Terror was a comic book that's also the theme of the Horror Nights tribute story back in 2023, which featured a character known as the Curator. He's basically the narrator of the four stories that he teleports you in that tribute story. Basically a comic anthology series. So if this to be the case, I would love Tribute to Terror to join in Howling Hornets. Even better if the curator is the icon. If not, then I'll be fine. Still, I would extremely love the curator to be an icon this year. That would be my cup of tea. Okay, so next one The next the next stage we're gonna look at is South Stage 25. This entrance is where an original Triplets of Terror was last year, and this symbol is a magnifying glass with a ghost in the with a ghost being spied on. I have this could be an IP because I have two options. Some people are agreeing that it could be Scooby Doo because we know in the mystery gang they always solve mysteries of monsters and stuff. Or it could be, well, they're guessing Scooby Doo because the characters appeared in the park. And the second option is Beetlejuice, because there was a detective character who's searching for Beetlejuice. I personally I think the most likely candidate is Beetlejuice because he's been in Halloween Horror Nights before, back in the first event, and he recently came back in 2021. Plus, he used to have his own show before it was replaced by Fast and Furious. So I think Beetlejuice might be the most likely candidate. I've seen the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. So the next area we're focusing on, and the one I'm most excited of, and hopefully they can pick it up, is the location in the Fast and Furious burial building, and this symbol is a security camera, and there's only one IP that's associated, an IP that I'm extremely hoping to come to this year's event, especially with a sequel and a new game coming out this year, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've been wanting Five Nights at Freddy's to come to Halloween Horror Nights ever since, well, FNAF Help Wanted back in 2019. Yeah, I've been waiting for 6 years. So especially since Blumhouse announced the movie back in 2015 or 2016. If this, if FNAF comes to the event alongside Fallout and Scream, this will be the biggest year for Halloween Horror Nights. Three big properties mm, that that might bring fans of those properties, a gigantic fan base, to this event. And I'm really hoping FNAF will come here. I might be confusing you because of how I speak. We're gonna be moving on to Sprung Tent 3, where Goblin's Feast was last year, of course. And this symbol is a book with snowflakes. I'm guessing this one could be an original. Hmm. What specifically? I guess scary tales? I mean, we had Wicked, so we could have a scary tale haunted house focusing on the Snow Queen. We could see. Moving on to Soundstage, the Sprung Tent 4, where Universal Monsters. I forgot the name of the last year's house. Eternal Bloodlines was last year. I haven't gone last year because someone was being an idiot back in the tent. We've been waiting for like almost an hour. Even the VIP, I even saw the VIP tour. People left because something happened inside. Eventually, we leave. Even more, which is really sad for me because that might probably be the last Monsters house for a while. The only Monsters house that I've been through specifically was Legends Collide back in 2022. So I haven't gone to a Monsters house in like 2 years. And last year is probably the last one. I'm so sad. And that's about so and that's about me being sad. Let's focusing on this map. This symbol has two trash bags. This could be reference to this could reference Terrifier because I've seen Art the Clown um grabbing trash bags. I thought those were like dead bodies, but it turns out these trash bags contain weapons for him to kill people. I never seen the Terrifier movies. I heard they're extremely bloody and graphic, but I know it has a pretty big fan base. So plus with the creator saying that he wants to bring his character to the event, this could be a likely chance. We'll see. Next area we'll be focusing is Sprung Tent 2, where Star Cinema 2 was last year. I guess Sprung Tent 1. I guess Sprung Tent. Yeah, Spunked where Sloth Cinema was. And this one contains an astronaut or a robot. I'm guessing it's a robot. Usually, um, Sloth Cinema is basically a test for concepts of original haunted houses that they could do. They did like a segment called The Swamp Yeti back in 2018, and in 2019 they bring it back into. They turned that into his own haunted house with Yeti Terror and Yukon. So maybe they might follow with maybe not just one, but two haunted house concepts. For this one, I'm hoping that it's cyborgs. Could you imagine a haunted house where AI takes over the world? Especially with the fear of AI nowadays, this will be a good time to unleash the creative take on AI taking over the world and human minds. Plus, I love sci-fi houses, and I'm extremely interested with that concept, especially with a Halloween Horror Nights take. So I'm really hoping if they bring the Zyborg concept to as an original, his own separate original house. Now for the second Slar Cinema concept, could be in Sprung Tent 1, where the museum daily exhibits was last year. Also, this is the last house that we're checking on, at least in the Orlando map. And this one seems to have a man with an eye patch with a chain. Hatchet and chains. This is another segment from Silent Cinema 2 where they're basically demon hunters. I say they're demon hunters. And that's one of the most fan favorite concepts by from fans last year. I can see that happening. I I kind of like the concept of demon hunters hunting demons in a haunted house format. That would be a pretty cool concept. Now, before we switch to the Hollywood map, there are a few things that are revealed through this map. Like this purple area represents shows coming to the event, and this one contains a fire symbol. If you're a Halloween Horror Nights fan, you pretty much knew what that fire symbol means. I'm not saying, but but you already know what this is if you're an HHN fan. Now in Diagon Alley, there's DE, Death Eaters. They might be coming back this year. I hope so. And most interesting is that in Lagoon Show might be coming back. Interesting. Usually with Lagoon shows for Halloween Horror Nights, they always done one a year after the main one debuted, or like it's the Universal Cinematic Celebration back in 2018, and they did Marath- Marathon of Mayhem for Halloween Horror Nights a year later. So this could be the main. This could this could be the case this year. I'll love to see Lagoon show this year, especially with the drones that was introduced last year. I'll like to see how Halloween Horror Nights would do it. And we can't focus on the scare zones because nothing concrete yet, although I would love a neon Japanese slasher gang scare zone. Or like a neon Yakuza killing people in a cyberpunk, in a Japanese cyberpunk aesthetic in the New York area. I would love that. And of course, this main area is obviously going to be an icon scare zone. And that's pretty much it for Orlando. But we're gonna go to the Hollywood spec map right now. Some, Now the reason why I think those are IPs because, I think these five of them are IPs because IPs are transferable in like both coasts. So the film reel, Scream, the magnifying glass, Scooby-Doo, or most likely Beetlejuice, Thumbs Up, Fallout, Security Camera, FNAF, and the trash bag Terrifier. But but the rest of the symbols are could be originals. For the Mummy Q and the Terror Tram, I have it says unknown, so we have no idea what theme it will be. Although for Terror Tram, I would kind of go for like a, a haunted toys themed Terror Tram. That would be neat. Or the AI one, that would be kind of cool too. But for the Mummy Q, I don't know. So we're gonna start the speculation in Hollywood with the Parisian Courtyard, where Monsters 2 was last year. And this one has like a doll. People, I can't. Maybe it could be like a dollhouse or something, but people are speculating that it could be like a Monsters 3 because they're like a Hispanic folktale doll maker creature. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I kind of hope that it's not monsters because if they did this like a third year in a row, I would be kind of sick of it already. I kind of hope they do like another original or pull an original from Orlando. And that would be a much better option. So the next house, and oh my god, we're nearly finishing with the houses. The next fun house where we're going is the H lot 10 to 1, the Hollywood back lot 10 to 1. I don't know the specific name, and it has a witch hat, so it could focus on witches, or here's a crazy concept: a Death Eater's haunted house. I don't think that will happen because with the stuff that they can and can't do, but I would extremely love a Death Eater's haunted house because think of the possibilities they can do with the Death Eaters in a haunted house format, especially taking place in Nocturne Alley. That would be sick. And that's it for all the haunted houses. Unlike the Orlando one, there is a specific symbol for a scare zone, and that's near the Terror Tram area. And this symbol contains a bird man? A bird? Maybe the return of the crows scare zone? Or the hell, like still walking crows? Or a new concept entirely, eh? Maybe mutant bird people? Let's see. And finally, the only symbol for a show, which is an X mark of a medic symbol. Purge dangerous waters. I've seen this show last year on YouTube. It's a pretty neat show. I will be down for it to come back this year. Going Persian. And that's pretty much it. We have seen both speculation maps for both Orlando and Hollywood. But I'm curious of your thoughts. What do you think those symbols mean, and what do you think will come to Halloween Horror Nights this year in both Orlando and Hollywood? Please let me know in the comments down below, in the chat, or after the stream, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching my live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.